Hello, everyone, and welcome to our virtual college fair for the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling. Just a few housekeeping reminders before we get started. Your camera and microphone are off, so our college representatives cannot see or hear you. But if you want to ask any questions throughout our session today, feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen. We do have more sessions happening tonight and also coming up later this week, and you can sign up online for those sessions. This recording will be available online at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our first institution, Franklin University.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm just sharing my screen here. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Katie Carter, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions for Franklin University, Switzerland. Franklin University, Switzerland is an American university located in beautiful Lugano, Switzerland. We're 30 miles north of Milan, right on the Italian border. If you're at all thinking about studying abroad, whether that be for a full 4 years, for a semester or a gap year, consider looking into Franklin, and also part of our consortium, which is the American Universities Abroad. There's about a half dozen American universities in Europe, which allows you to receive a US degree fully accredited through the Middle States, as well as a degree in the country that you're studying in. So Franklin students will receive a US degree and a Swiss degree. Everything is taught in English, and you receive an American liberal arts degree. So there are other AUAs, American University Abroads in London, Dublin, Rome, Paris, and ours here in Lugano. So if you take a look at your screen, you'll see kind of our beautiful campus here, tucked away in the neighborhood of Serengo, just outside the major city of Lugano. Lugano is around 60,000 people, again, just north of Milan, about a 2-hour, 7-minute train ride from Zurich. In this section of Switzerland, this is really warm, kind of Mediterranean feel. There's palm trees that line the lake, and then you can hop on a train and be in the snow in the Alps within 30 to 45 minutes. So we sit just south of the Alps and kind of get to enjoy more of the warmer weather throughout the spring, summer, and fall. So a little background about Franklin. We are a small private American institution of around 400 students. That might seem small in comparison to a domestic school here in the United States, but I think the experience is overall just vastly different. Your weekends will, instead of consisting of football games, consist of going to Paris or Prague or Vienna. Our students really enjoy being able to utilize being in the heart of Europe and traveling by train and plane accessibly and inexpensively throughout their time and study at Franklin. So we have 400 students on campus. Around 55% of those students are coming from the United States, around 40 to 45% from all over the world, including Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and South America as well. A really diverse campus. This is what we pride ourselves on, as well as a diverse and very masterful faculty as well. I mentioned the dual accreditation. Having a US and Swiss degree is really beneficial. So when you graduate, if you want to stay within Europe, having that Swiss degree helps with the work visa. If you want to return to the United States, it's just like getting a US degree here if you want to transfer and go into grad school or continue with work options as well. So our founders for Franklin decided that they wanted every student to learn through travel. So part of your coursework with Franklin actually involves travel with your class and professor to a different country every semester. This is called academic travel, and it is our signature program and very unique to Franklin. So even if you're just studying abroad with us for a semester, you get to kind of go along with this program in which you essentially take a subject rooted to a country. So say you're studying environmental science, the study of glaciers in Iceland. You would meet with your class and professor throughout the semester. You would learn about the Icelandic people, the culture, the ecosystem of living on an island, the environment, the glaciers. And then in the months of October and March, the whole campus shuts down and everyone goes to the respective country that they've been learning about. So I really love this for our students. It allows them to have the opportunity to take what they're learning in the classroom, apply that knowledge in a real way. They get to explore different cultures even if they're going to cities like Rome or Milan or Venice, which they can easily access on personal travel, this will be kind of a more behind the scenes academic view to those 2-week extensions. And the opportunity too, a lot of these trips are in multiple countries per trip. So that's kind of what makes Franklin very unique. We have over 25 different majors to choose from. We're very much grounded in the liberal arts, humanities, business, banking, finance are kind of our top majors. And we help with everything in terms of making sure that you're able to, get a visa and paperwork and all that as well. And then I'll kind of end and just talk a little bit about some of our partnership institutions here in the United States. We do have a partnership program with Emerson College in Boston. So it's 2 years at Franklin, 2 years at Emerson College, right in the heart of Boston, and you graduate with an Emerson degree. We have partnerships with the University of Southern California, as well as Southern Methodist University for freshman abroad students. And overall, we really enjoy being able to, again, kind of blend the two cultures between the US and Switzerland. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm happy to help answer any questions at the end.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, we have DeSales University.
Hello, everyone. One moment, please. Okay, so my name is Justin. I am an admissions counselor with DeSales University. We are in Center Valley, Pennsylvania, just so you have a little bit of an idea of where we're located. In general, we are a small school, about 1,700 total undergrad students here at DeSales. The average class size is going to be about 19 students or so. We have an academic success center, helps you tutoring, writing services as well. Our student to faculty ratio is about 13:1. Every student gets a faculty advisor within your respective major to make sure you're taking all the right classes and you're getting in and out within the span of 4 years. And 87% of faculty hold the highest degree attainable in their field. So they're coming in with a lot of great expertise. In general, we have a lot of different majors at DeSales. On this website, desales.edu/open house, we've recorded when everything was shut down for COVID, some presentations. So if you wanted to hear some more specifically about your major, you could go into any one of those on that website to hear some more. But in general, a little bit more about campus life. We have a campus activities board to tell you all of the happenings, whether it's on campus or off campus. We have over 50 clubs and organizations at DeSales. We have a Center for Service and Social Justice, that does a lot of service trips over spring break as well. They go to other countries. And we also offer club and intramural sports. We are a D3 school in terms of athletics. In general, housing is guaranteed for students all 4 years. We have suite style residence halls. So that means there's no common bathroom that everybody on your floor has to use. You are going to have your own. We have apartment style living for upperclassmen, a housekeeping service that comes in about once a week, cleans your bathroom for you. We have a full-time police force, and you can have your car on campus all 4 years, which is a huge pro. In general, we do have a lot of travel opportunities as well. You can study abroad for the whole semester. We have spring break trips, so if the whole semester is a little too daunting, you don't have to go the whole time. We have hybrid courses as well, so if you wanted to stay on campus for the whole semester, once it's over, you could go abroad for a little bit. We had service trips, like I had mentioned before, with the Center for Service and Social Justice. We also have international athletics as well. So if you wanted to play a sport, a lot of the sports teams will go abroad. For example, our soccer coach is from Ireland. So once every 4 years, he takes the soccer team to Ireland. They play some games over there and just enjoy the culture of another country. In general, I'm not sure if there's juniors in the room or younger. In general, applying to DeSales is free. We're on Common App. We have our own application as well. We'll need a high school transcript. We are going to be test optional for fall of 2023. So if you want to submit test scores, you absolutely can, but you do not have to. Then we would also need some letters of recommendation for you as well. And that's it. In general, we do offer some merit-based scholarships. We'll go by GPA and test scores if you submit them. We have a heritage scholarship as well. So if you know anyone that graduated, you are going to get a scholarship for that. We also have a leadership scholarship, which gives you full tuition, a chance for that. We give out 6 full tuition scholarships every year. And we also do offer some need-based aid, so filing the FAFSA, stuff like that. Any university grants and loans can come through that. Some upcoming events. So this Saturday, actually, we are holding an open house. We're also going to be holding them in October and November. We'll have more specific dates for that in the coming months. National Decision Day, that's what we go by since we are rolling admissions at DeSales. We don't have any specific deadlines on when you have to decide if you would like to come. It's just in general National Decision Day. We also offer campus tours daily, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and then on Saturdays as well at 10 a.m. and noon. So if you couldn't come during the week, we would still love to see you on Saturday. You can register for any of those events online, and hopefully we would see you on campus soon. And then to close, we do have an admissions Instagram as well. We post a lot of upcoming events, updates, any upcoming deadlines in terms of scholarships. And we do have Instagram classes for each academic year, where we post potential classmates, people find roommates on there as well. And like I'd said before, my name is Justin. My email is there. So after, if you have any questions, you can please feel free to reach out to myself and I will gladly get back to you. But that is all I had for DeSales. So thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Towson University.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much again for joining us. My name is Kayla Grobin with Towson University. I'm one of the regional out-of-state directors. I've been with Towson for about 9 years now. We are located in the beautiful state of Maryland, right in Baltimore County. So a lot of students from the Northeast like it because it's not too far and it's not too close from home. We are the second largest public institution in the state. So we have just over 22,000 students that attend. About 18,000 of those are undergraduates. A really diverse population at Towson. We have students that come from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. So I think that really makes a place like Towson pretty unique. We also have tons to do in the area. So when you are looking at location and visiting college campuses, I think that's something super important is to look at the area in which the college is located in. So we are definitely in a suburban location. We are about 15 minutes from downtown Baltimore and really easy access to Washington, D.C., even a day trip to Philly or New York City. We do provide our students free transportation by taking the College Town Shuttle. That shuttle runs to all of the Baltimore area schools and colleges, and we have just over 100,000 college students in Baltimore County and Baltimore City alone. Right up the street from campus, about a 10-minute walk, we have our Uptown Towson, so the city of Towson, malls, restaurants, bookstores, concert venues, all of that is right there for you as a student to enjoy. So again, we're not in the middle of nowhere. We're also not smack down in the city. So it's very suburban. So I definitely encourage you to visit. When looking at our academics, we were founded as a teachers college back in 1866. So we still produce the most amount of teachers coming out of college in the state of Maryland. But right now, our #1 most popular major is business administration. Some other popular programs is going to be nursing, speech pathology, biology, computer science, and psychology. But don't worry, we have over 110 different programs, so you can definitely take a look at that list online. We are a true liberal arts school, but again, business, health professions seem to be pretty popular right now. 16:1 student faculty ratio, and you're not going to have any big classes. We don't have any big lecture halls. So that is something that also makes Towson unique. We are a medium, large public school, but we don't have any 100, 200, 300 person lectures. So you really will get to know your faculty as well as your classmates within your major. And we also have a small honors college with about 800, just less than 800 students. So every single high school senior is able to apply to the honors college when they are looking to apply to Towson. It's open to everyone. I'll talk about that admissions process in just a quick second. your time at Towson is definitely invaluable. So, it costs a lot of money to go to school nowadays. So you definitely want to make the most of it when you're also outside of the classroom. So getting involved right away as a freshman. We have a big involvement fair as well as a job fair each year. And our retention rate is about 90%, 89-90%. So that's freshmen coming back to the school as sophomores. So that's a really strong retention rate of students not leaving and not transferring out. A lot of our students are getting involved in clubs and activities, religious organizations, cultural. We have our Student for Diversity. We have our D1 teams, club sports, study abroad, you name it. We most likely have it. If we don't, you can actually start your own club yourself. So lots to do when you are not in the classroom. For housing, we offer 18 different style residence halls. So it's guaranteed to live on campus as a freshman as well as a sophomore. And most of those are going to be suite style residence halls. And then when you become an upperclassman, we also have apartments on campus and within the area, especially in that uptown Towson area. Lots of our upperclassmen like to live up there. Dining on campus, I'm a big foodie. We have about 16 different places to eat, so you will never get bored with the food. And then real quick, just want to go over our application process, especially if you are juniors, going to be seniors this fall. Towson is part of the Common Application. We do a holistic review. So we are looking at your involvement, your essay, your high school transcript, anything else that you may send us, letters of recommendation. And we are going to remain test optional for fall 2023 applicants as well. You'll see our deadlines. These are all also posted on the website, so check it out. Average GPA typically is about a 3.6, SAT about an 1140, and ACT a 24 composite. So again, that just gives you the middle 50%, that average, but we do accept above and below that. This is my information, so where you can find me. Again, I'm the regional director. I'm also the counselor for the state of Pennsylvania, where I live. So definitely email me, kgrobin@towson.edu, if you have any follow-up questions, or if you would like to visit. We have campus tours that are Monday through Saturday. And we also have an open house coming up in May. So that is specifically for juniors. So come on down and visit. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, we have Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences.
All right, hi everyone. One second. Okay, so my name is Ashton Fucci. I am one of the admissions counselors at Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. As our name states, we are specifically a healthcare focused institution. We started as a nursing school and then slowly added health sciences through the years. So here's kind of a snapshot of the college. This is our brand new beautiful building. We just moved here in 2016 from downtown Lancaster, which is where we are located, Lancaster, PA. So we're close to Philly. Is about a 1 hour train ride. We do have a train station there, or easy, day trips to New York or DC, depending on if you're from the area or moving to the area. We do not have any on-campus housing, but we do have some apartments in the area that we kind of partner with for any students that would be interested in moving closer. Kind of a snapshot with the numbers. You'll see our non-clinical class sizes are a little larger than our clinical. So because we are healthcare focused, where you're getting that hands-on healthcare experience, our class sizes are maxed at 8 students to 1 instructor. Some are even less. So really nice, small, close-knit classes. We have a lot of local, Lancaster County students, but we're slowly kind of expanding even out of state. We have a lot of students from the surrounding area and also Maryland, even some in New Jersey. And even more than half of our students are first-generation students. So we have a lot of support services for that. I'll kind of talk a little bit more about our learner support later. So just a little bit of a snapshot there. We are fully accredited as a college, and then all of our individual programs, which with healthcare especially is also really important when you are, taking your licensure exam. Okay, so of course, if you're interested in healthcare, we could be a good fit. I mentioned the small class sizes, but we also guarantee clinical placements. which is pretty huge. A lot of colleges may accept you into like pre-nursing or pre-health sciences, but when we accept you, that means you're guaranteed a clinical spot. Some start first semester, at least within the year you would begin. We have an on-campus simulation lab that's really neat. If you can make it to campus to tour, or we have an upcoming open house, it's basically our mock hospital. We have 2 ICU intensive care unit rooms. We have a nurse's station. We have an apartment and fully functioning, taking care of someone in that kind of space. We have an operating room, ultrasound room, x-ray room, lots of neat spaces. That's kind of in addition to your clinical. We are partnered with Penn Medicine, Lancaster General Health. That's our primary affiliate, but we also work with WellSpan, Tower Health, Geisinger, Penn State, Hershey's a big one. So we have a lot of local health networks that we work with. And a lot of our programs, and I'll show you kind of a list, like a snapshot of our programs here, are able to be done in either a 2-year associate program, or you're also able to kind of continue on to a bachelor's while you're working, or do your bachelor's straight through. So kind of can be designed based on what you're looking to do, work sooner, or just kind of, you know, go through school all in one batch and then stay in the work field. So this is a total list of our career paths or degrees. Because we are specifically healthcare focused, you won't find anything outside of healthcare. Nursing is our biggest program. We have some imaging specialties. And then if you're not so much into the blood and gut and more interested in the business side of healthcare, probably more like me, we also have even healthcare administration. So we have a lot of different kind of degrees, from associate all the way up to nurse practitioner, doctor of nursing practice. And especially a lot of these degrees I hadn't even heard of before even working here, let alone, you know, going to college. So we can definitely, you know, talk one-on-one, or definitely come to campus and kind of go over maybe what might be a good fit if you're thinking healthcare, but not sure what specific direction you're looking for. So of course we are preparing you to graduate, but being in healthcare, you are also required to take a licensure exam so you can be certified to practice in your area of expertise. So we have really strong passing rates for the Nclex. So to be an RN, registered nurse, first attempt, we have 98% of our students pass. For all of the other health science programs, we have about 91%, which, being smaller programs, is extremely strong. And that's just the first attempt. And then of course, you know, once our students are graduating, most students end up with jobs before they graduate. Healthcare is a great field to be in right now, I will say. Our application is super simple. You just go to our website, pacollege.edu. It's a free application, so you can always email or give us a call and we can give you a code to apply for free. And then you just send your transcripts. Our school is test optional, so you do not need to submit any SAT or ACT scores if you want. We just need your high school transcripts. No letters of recommendation or essay are also required. So very simple. And we operate on a rolling admissions basis. So essentially, whenever you apply, we'll kind of go over when the next start might be. Snapshot of financial aid, I won't get too much into it, but of course we work. We have military friendly and veterans benefits. We have tuition assistance options with local health networks to pay for your school. And then of course we work with FAFSA, so make sure to submit that. We also have lots of opportunities to be involved, even though we are primarily a commuter institution. I mentioned some of these points, but we also have our Learning Support Center on campus, our Starbucks, which is important in healthcare, clubs just like any other college, and lots of volunteer opportunities, especially. And I also wanted to mention that if you are still maybe a junior or even some seniors yet, we have dual enrollment for high school students, and you can take courses online or on campus with us at 50% off of the discounted rate. And it's also a free application. And lastly, if you're interested in coming to campus, kind of seeing everything, especially the simulation lab, we have an upcoming open house on campus Saturday, April 30th. You know, of course, if you're thinking of graduate programs in the future, we even have a virtual one coming up there, or you can also schedule one-on-one student tours. All right, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Our contact is here. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Pace University.
Hi. All right. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Pace University. If you've not heard of us before, we are a private university located in New York. What makes Pace unique is the Pace Path. So we have developed a plan for our students to make sure that they are taking advantage of everything that the college process has to offer. So that's taking advantage of our connections, of our location, of our majors. So we really will work with you to have your PACE path be everything that you want it to be. You'll work with an advisor really starting your first day on campus and develop your PACE path throughout your time at the university. So now in the next couple slides, I'm going to go over what your PACE path might look like. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about majors. So at PACE, we have 6 different academic schools. Our College of Health Professions has a health science major, as well as a 4-year RN program. Our Dyson College of Arts and Sciences has everything from psychology to performing arts to economics. Our School of Law is available at the graduate level. So if you are interested in doing law school after your bachelor's degree, you can do a 3+3 program. Our Lubin School of Business has everything from accounting to management to finance to marketing. School of Education has early childhood and adolescent education. And our Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems has computer science, information systems, and information technology. At PACE, when you apply to the school, you will choose a major and choose an academic school. But for the most part, if you're admitted academically, you have the ability to switch between programs. That could mean you're switching between programs before you even begin at the university, or that could mean that you get to PACE, you realize that maybe the Lubin School isn't the best fit for you. You're not stuck there, and you can always move to the Dyson College or Seidenberg or whatever program is a better fit. Also at PACE, we do have about 36 different accelerated and combined degrees. So if you are looking to get your master's degree after you graduate or go to law school, like I said before, that is definitely an option for you, and you can work with your advisor in regards to those next steps. We do have a very strong career services office at PACE. So you can connect with career services really as early as your first day on campus. They will help you every step of the way, whether you have a resume or you don't, whether you have interviewed before or you haven't. We have so many internship opportunities. Last year, we had close to 20,000 internships posted for our students on Handshake. As you can see by the statistic on the screen, these internships definitely pay off for our students, and 90% of our students are continuing their education or employed within 6 months after graduation. In regards to campus location, we do have 2 campuses. So our New York City campus is located in Manhattan. So we are right downtown in New York City, right by the Brooklyn Bridge and City Hall. Our New York City campus is the larger of the 2 campuses student-wise. We have a little under 6,000 undergraduate students on this campus. We are a very vertical campus. So when you think of city life, you're probably thinking of a lot of tall buildings, and that's exactly what we have at PACE. So everything is super easy to navigate. Our guaranteed housing is also really helpful if you are looking to live on campus, but that's not required at all. And we are also located right by the Fulton Center subway station, which has all of the main subway lines running out of it. So you have easy access to everywhere you need to go in New York City. On the flip side, we have another campus in Pleasantville, New York. So that is 45 minutes outside of New York City in Westchester County. This is a very traditional campus. It is a 200-acre campus with a little over 2,000 undergraduate students. At PACE, we do have Division II athletics. They're all located on our Westchester campus, along with our environmental center, our nature trails, our pond. So many things that you can take advantage of as a PACE student on that traditional campus. With the 2 campus locations, there is a shuttle that runs back and forth a couple times a day. So if you would like to be in a more traditional setting, you can definitely attend Westchester and head into the city for classes, or vice versa. Whether you're taking that shuttle for fun or for an academic reason, you definitely have access to that throughout your time at PACE. In regards to the application process, this is everything that we need to review your application. We do have a holistic application review process. So we're looking at literally everything that you give us before making a decision. With your application, we are a part of the common application, and we do have our own PACE application. You just need to submit one. It doesn't matter to us which one you submit. We'll also need your official transcripts from all of the high schools that you've attended if you've attended multiple, or GED if you are applying post-graduation with that GED. We do need 2 letters of recommendation, an essay or personal statement. Just the general college essay that's prompted in the Common App is fine. We don't need a specific PACE application essay. And then if you would like to submit SATs or ACTs, you can. We are test optional. That is not a pandemic decision. We were test optional the year before the pandemic started. Here are our deadlines. So the first, October 1st with the FAFSA, that's not a deadline, but we always encourage our students to kind of treat it like one and submit the FAFSA as soon as possible for maximum financial aid consideration. We have early decision, early action 1, early action 2, and regular decision. All of those deadlines are listed on the screen. If you're interested in our School of Performing Arts, there is a hard application deadline of December 15th. You do not have to have a complete application by that date in regards to the supporting documents, but your application itself does need to be submitted in our system because starting December 16th, those majors are removed from the application and you can no longer apply for those programs. Once you submit your academic application, you'll have to submit online pre-screens. Then if you pass those online pre-screens, then you will have to attend an in-person audition or interview. Again, only for the School of Performing Arts. With our nursing program, that hard deadline for applying is February 15th. And then May 1 is the day where we are able to guarantee housing for our students. And that's really when you should be making your deposit to attend the university. In regards to financial aid, this is the average amount of aid in regards to need-based aid that is offered to new undergraduate students each year. We do also have merit scholarships that range from $10,000 to $29,000. So even though we are a private institution, a lot of times that out-of-pocket cost is lower than a state school or a local school, depending on where you're coming from. All right, so that is it from me. Please feel free to contact us if you have any additional questions. We do have campus tours Monday through Saturday, pretty much throughout the year. Over the summer, we will have this event called Summer Visit Days. In the fall, we'll have open house, and there are virtual options that you can connect with us at as well. And I will put that link in the chat. Thank you so much.
All right, and last but not least, we have University of Pittsburgh.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. Good to spend some time with you. My name is Adam Kaufman. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm going to do things a little bit different here. I'm not going to share slides just in the interest of time. 6 minutes will go pretty fast, but I'm going to lean into that 6 number, and we're going to spend most of our time tonight talking about our 6 first-year entry schools at the University of Pittsburgh. So with 2 exceptions, for the most part, students are going to enter the University of Pittsburgh technically undeclared with respect to major. In most cases, what you're indicating on your application is simply an intended field of study. You'll declare your major at a later date. The 2 exceptions to that we'll talk about, and those are going to be our School of Nursing and our School of Public Health. And the only reason that those are a little bit different is that those are schools where there's only one major in the school. So if you're going into nursing, you're going to be a nurse. If you're going into public health is going to be your major. So we will start out first with our largest and our first year entry school, and that's going to be the Dietrich School of Arts and Sciences. This is where 75% of our admitted students will get their start. So it's our largest concentration of majors in the social sciences, natural sciences, the arts, and humanities. So this is going to be a school where students will graduate from, or they will use it as a springboard to one of our upper level division schools like health and rehabilitation sciences, education, social work, pharmacy, the College of General Studies. So students in this school will declare their major by the end of their sophomore year. So you do have a lot of time to sort of figure that out. If you're truly undecided, this is going to be the best place for you to get your start. And you will have an academic advisor who is with you up until the point you choose your major. Once you've declared your major, you will have an academic advisor that's in that department. So for instance, if I choose that I'm going to be an economics major, from that point forward, my advisor would be in the Department of Economics. Our next school, next first year entry school that I'm going to talk about is our College of Business Administration. This is the school where I did my undergraduate studies, so certainly found near and dear to my heart. There are 7 majors in this school, things like marketing, accounting, human resource management, and much like our students in arts and sciences, business students will declare their major by the end of their sophomore year. By that point, you will have taken the introductory course in all 7 of those majors. So it's a great way to make sure that you're choosing the major that you see yourself pursuing a career in. One of my favorite things about this school was the projects and marketing course. It was a 30-person course where students go in on the first day and the professor gives a client and a marketing objective. From that point forward, that person is just the professor is just a faculty advisor. The students form a fully functioning ad agency. My class's client was Chevrolet, and we were tasked with marketing the Chevy Volt, the new electric car at the time, to recent college graduates. So by the end of the semester, we were actually so intensely involved that we were able to put Chevrolet on our resumes as that we had interned for them. So that was a fond memory about our College of Business Administration. Students applying to this school, you're going to want to make sure that you take math through at least trigonometry, with pre-calc and calculus being very helpful for business students. Our next school is the Swanson School of Engineering. This is a school with 10 majors, and students will choose their major a little bit earlier in this school. They'll declare it by the end of their freshman year. Again, 10 majors to choose from, things like mechanical engineering, bioengineering. The newest major is environmental engineering. Students will take a class that samples all 10 of those majors their freshman year. So this is a great way to, again, make sure that you're choosing the major that you see yourself having success in. About half of our graduating engineers will go on to do a co-op. This is where students will actually intersperse their studies with some full-time employment that comes along with a competitive salary, and often places students in a very favorable situation for either a job offer or a lot of great transferable experience after that time as a part of the co-op. Our students in the Swanson School of Engineering, again, the same sort of math requirement that I mentioned, math through at least trigonometry, with pre-calc and calculus being helpful, and then also chemistry and physics are required for prospective engineers. Our next school is going to be the School of Nursing. This, again, like I mentioned right off the bat, is going to be a direct entry program, and it's only one major in this school. So students that are entering into this school, they're going to be nursing majors. We benefit greatly from the presence of the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, or UPMC, which has 5 teaching hospitals right on our campus. This is going to be the case absolutely for any of our students studying the health sciences, not just nursing. So our students in this school will start their clinicals sophomore year. They'll have 3 years of those, and they're going to be very close by. They will, as far as going into the students that are applying to this school, there are some coursework requirements, much like engineering and business. We require 4 years of math in high school, plus 3 years of a laboratory science, with one of those units being chemistry. Next, we have our School of Computing and Information, or SCI, as we like to abbreviate it to. And this is a relatively new school within the last 3 years, where we have combined our information science and our computer science majors, and we have made them into a first-year entry school. Those are programs that we've had for a long time at Pitt, but we wanted to reposition them because there's kind of a tech boom in Pittsburgh right now. So lots of job opportunities, research, internship opportunities. So we wanted to get our students started in those majors at an earlier period of time. So you will choose your major at the end of your freshman year. You will select between computer science and information science. Last and certainly not least is going to be our graduate school, or our School of Public Health. We have had a graduate school of public health for a long time, but we are now accepting first-year applicants. And with that, I see that my time is up. I'll be happy to answer any questions after this.
All right, sorry about that. I just want to invite all of our reps to come back on our screen now. I do have a question for everybody, the group at large, and we're going to go in the same order that we presented in. So the question for today will be, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So this could be any piece of advice that you have coming from the admission side of things. And we will begin with Franklin University.
First, I'll just go ahead and say that you joining us today is a great start to the college search process. Being able to access all these different universities online, taking advantage of virtual opportunities is great. For those of you who are joining us who are current juniors going into their senior years or even sophomores, I encourage you to take the summer, if you have the means and opportunity to do so, to go visit college campuses, to visit a diverse amount of college campuses, whether it be state or private, a small or large campus, just so you have a good sense of what that would feel like. Specifically, if you're looking for colleges that you already have maybe a top 5 list, getting a chance to maybe go visit, check out the town that you would be living in, having the opportunity to maybe sit in on a class and talk with students. I think this is a great way. Now with COVID, the opportunities are just kind of more abundant than they have been in the last couple of years, for you to get a really good sense of what it would feel like to be a student there.
Oh, DeSales?
I would probably say the best advice would be to schedule a tour, whether it's DeSales or any of the other schools that are here or the schools that you will hear from. You're not truly going to know how you'll feel going to a school unless you're actually there, whether you can picture yourself there, and you're just not truly going to know until you actually go. So any of the schools that you're going to see, I definitely recommend just going, because it's really going to help you get a feel of the community and whether or not you can actually picture yourself there.
So I'll switch it up. I was going to say visit us, of course. So that is definitely a great piece of advice. And I think just giving yourself, lots of options. You may already think you have a top 1 or 2, but that may change, during senior year when you visit the school. So give yourself plenty of options. But I was just going to mention researching scholarships early. It's never too early to kind of look for those outside scholarships. So think about your church, your community, your school, different things you may belong to. Reach out now and see if there's any scholarships that you can learn about, and then be proactive and see when those deadlines are coming up and be ready to apply to as many as you can senior year.
Piece of advice I would give is probably to know yourself and what you are looking for, and try to, kind of eliminate the outside voices as much as you can and what's a good fit for you. And even kind of thinking like, what are the deal breakers, what you need to have in the college versus what could be optional, like you could kind of give or take. So just kind of knowing yourself that way and things that you're looking for, and kind of like a checklist for things that they like. Obviously they have to have your major, but then like, okay, does the food have to be really good? Is that, a give or take? So just kind of knowing yourself in that capacity going into any visits you might schedule or just while you're doing research.
I would say definitely ask questions. So I was first generation, and I know when I was going through the process, I did not know what FAFSA was. I didn't know the difference between early action and early decision. So whether you're asking those questions to your admissions counselor or your school counselor, or even just Googling them, it's better to find out those answers earlier in the process so you can make the best decision for yourself than waiting until the deadlines have passed because you didn't realize what the deadlines were. So ask those questions. That's what we're here for. So even if you're not, necessarily we're not your top schools, we gave you our information, maybe we will become that for you, but definitely connect with us and ask us those questions.
And I'll try and keep mine relatively concise. I'll say, ask lots of questions like some other folks have said. Visit different size and styles of campuses. And most importantly, have fun. It's a daunting time, but it is also a very enjoyable time. So make sure that you, have fun on those campus visits and just enjoy the entire process and apply early.
Awesome. This is such great advice from everyone. And before we end today, I just want to thank everyone for joining us, our college representatives, our students, our families, everyone for joining us and taking the time today. I just want to kind of close out with some reminders. There is a quick survey for all of our attendees. So once you close out your screen, there will be some questions if you just want to share some feedback about our session. There is more sessions happening, so feel free to sign up for more to hear from some great other colleges and universities, some great other programs. And also just a reminder, this recording will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. If you want to go back, maybe you missed something, just to kind of go back and refresh about any information that you want to hear again. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Best of luck to everybody on their college search process, and have a good evening.